Hello and welcome to this introduction of Newsgroup Image Collector 2013. As you can see, we have the program open and we have the dashboard view up in full display. This will show us the product license status, shows us when our trial license expires, gives us a button to go ahead and activate this trial license to a full license product. We also have a product update section. This is where you can update the product or change the settings for the automatic update process. We have a latest news area. This is a direct feed from our website, and this will keep you up to date with all the new happenings at Datafire Technologies. And over here we have the latest discussions. This is another direct link to our website, and this goes to the forum sections for Newsgroup Image Collector. So you can join in by posting questions and helping out other users with answers, and all of that data gets posted here in the dashboard view. At the top we have our direct links to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages. Okay, let's go ahead and start by creating our first project. I'm going to click on the toolbar and select Basic Newsgroup Project. As you can see, we have the Basic Newsgroup Project wizard. And the very first field is for the Newsgroup server. Here's where you type in the IP address or the host name of your Newsgroup server. We offer this select button here. If you press this, we have a little XML data feed on Datafire's website. It's very simple. I think, we only have 2 servers in here now, but you can copy this schema and post online your own lists of available Newsgroup servers. As you can see in this list, we have this server which allows anonymous connections, which generally means it's a free server, and this one here which requires an account. I happen to have an account here, so I'm going to select GigaNews, click OK, type in my account information. Okay. So now we've contacted GigaNews, and it's currently downloading the list of news groups available on this server. GigaNews has an extensive list of news groups, so this takes a little bit of time, but once it downloads all of the groups, it then goes through a rendering phase. And just a little FYI, what this does is this is setting up this newsgroup table here. There's quite a lot of entries, so it does take a moment to go through and populate this table. Okay, so we have the Groups to Search dialog box populated with all of the groups from the Newsgroup server. And as you can see, we have a very large list. We have several buttons underneath the list. We have a refresh button, and that will download all of the news groups again and repopulate the list. We have a select all, which of course will check all of the groups and dismiss the error message. And we have the unselect all, of course, unselects the selected news groups. Now, this only show selected groups check mark. What this will do is, let's say you have several groups selected, and we check this. Now we see just the groups that you have selected. Uncheck this, and we go back to rendering the news groups again. On this page we also have a text field, and what this is good for is searching and filtering. So if I type in anything such as sports and I click find, we can then reach each instance of sports. If I click filter, this will show only groups that contain the word sports. And if I hit clear, this of course resets the list and re-renders the groups. Okay, so I've gone ahead and selected a couple groups, and now I'm going to click next to go to the next page. And here we are at the file and image size screen, and what this does is this lets you filter out images by both the file size, minimum and maximum in kilobytes, and also the width and height. We have in the center here a nice little feature for the orientation of the image. If you want to download landscape only images, or if you want to download only portrait facing images, or any if you like. The minimum size in kilobytes, what this does is this sets a limit. If I come in here and type in 15, I will see only images 15 kilobytes or greater in size. And on the other side, if I set this to the maximum size of 21, I will see images in this file size range of 15 to 21 kilobytes. The minimum and maximum size, this will adjust the width and height filtering. So this is usually the more go-to filter here to reduce smaller images from showing up in your results. And if you want to do something such as, say, 640 by 480, and then if you have a maximum preference, but if you don't, uncheck these, and what this will do is download images of 640 by 480 and greater. And I'll go ahead and click next. And here we are at the project name page. I'm going to go ahead and name this test. We have a check mark to use the default location. This is where all of your projects go by default, but should you decide to place the images in a different location, go ahead and set that. I'm going to leave this as it is and click Finished. And there we go. We have our project test. Okay, so let's go ahead and start collecting images. I'm going to go to the toolbar and click the Start button here. As you can see, the console view shows the activity that's happening right now, which is the Newsgroup Image Collector is contacting the Newsgroup server, and it's requesting the header for each article in the groups that we've selected. The headers tell the Newsgroup Image Collector if there is an image or not within that article. Many times an article does not have an image, but when it does find one, it will pull the body of the article and then download the image to your hard drive. As you can see here in the thumbnail view, we're starting to download and pull some of these images from the Newsgroup server. I'm going to click the Image Viewer tab here and then select an image. And there you could see the larger view of the image. The Image Viewer tab has a number of features. We have a zoom slider here. You can zoom in, you can drag and move around. There's also quick filters here where you can fit the image size to canvas or select one of the multiple percentage zooms. And these are sticky, so if I select, for example, 50% and I choose another image, you will see it in 50%. The thumbnail viewer also has a slider to zoom in and also zoom out. There's also a refresh button here to reload the thumbnails should you need to. And if you right click, you will see a pop-up menu to give you additional functionality with the thumbnail. And if we come down to the bottom tab here where the console is, real quickly you could see just the progress for the active jobs that are taking place in the program. And what's also nice is the Properties tab. And what this will do is when you click on a thumbnail, you will see the details for this image, which includes some of the camera information, the resolution of course, and then the newsgroup information. We could see that the group is from the pictures rail, the subject of the article, where it came from, and the author who posted this image. Now what's important here is that later on you can use this information to set up more detailed filters to filter images from or remove images posted by particular authors. Okay, we also have, while we're downloading, this is the stop button and the pause button. What these will do is, if you click pause, we will halt the activity. The current processing activity will finish up things that are already in action. And when these things, typically it's the downloading processes, we don't want to stop that in the middle of the file retrieval. But after pausing, you can choose to either stop or continue on with the process. I'm going to leave it paused for right now and talk about the perspectives. The perspectives are different ways of viewing the application. We have a browsing perspective, which is a mostly the thumbnail viewer here with the project view behind it. We have the classic view, and this emulates our legacy version of our product, where we have the thumbnail viewer followed by the tree on the side. And we also have the collecting, and this is the more of the default view here. You can mix and match. You can close some of the views, like the dashboard for example. You can drag some of the views and drop them over into other locations if you like. And you can move things back and put them in different areas. It's a very flexible interface. Gives you lots of options that you can customize your look and feel of how you want to use the program. I think I made a little bit of a mess here, but I'm going to try to get back to a cleaner view here and show you the project properties. These are the advanced settings for a project. You will get many more features here in the properties section than you will when you create the new project. Sometimes you may want to create a new project, then immediately go to the properties area to fill in the advanced features. Very first thing here is the author filter, and as I've explained before, this is where you can type in any part of the name of a particular author and choose to exclude them or include them. We have something called completion tasks, and these are things that will run, that the program will execute when a image search is complete. And by complete, what that means is every group that you've placed into a project has been scanned for the articles have been scanned, and all of the images have been downloaded. Okay, we have connections. These are the timeouts for connecting to the server, and we have the number of connections to make to the server, to the Newsgroup server. You can go ahead and leave by default these values, but you may want to modify these here and there. Details is just a simple overview of your project. And here we have file filters. This is a drill down item here. We have how to handle duplicate files. We have a path naming option, and what this does is in the tree here you can see that the group and author is selected. So first you'll see a folder for the group followed by the author, and then all of the images that were posted by that particular author. Image filters, what this will do is allow you to filter out certain types of file extensions. If you like only PNG files, for example, you would want to include PNG. and leave it at that. Here again is your file size filter, which you've set in the initial wizard. And same here. We also have a list of preset image sizes that you can put in here to skip various image sizes. If you want to skip banners, these things don't typically show up in the Newsgroup, but this option is here for you. And these are your groups again. Here you can change your selection of your groups. Server information once again. These are the stop conditions. These are ways to trigger the program to stop collecting images. You can stop after downloading a certain number of files. You can stop downloading after a certain number of megabytes that have been saved to your computer. And you can also set a time based on your computer clock of when to stop downloading, or you can have it run for a certain number of minutes. And one of the final filters is the subject filter. This is where you can use the subject of the article as a filter to either include or exclude certain images into your project. Okay. Now, while we're on the subject of settings, I'm going to bring up the main program preferences window. In here, this is where you can control how the program operates. Some of the main things that you would be interested in include the automatic updates. Make sure they're always on. Good thing to do. This is the license manager. This is where you have your license for usage of the product and where you can purchase and activate it. And then we have memory settings, and this is where you can adjust how much RAM the product uses. At this point, these typically install with a low memory setting, but this should be sufficient for general usage. You may want to come in here and increase this RAM setting depending on if you're a power user or if you plan on running the program for an extensive period of time. All right. Well, that about covers the basic introduction to Newsgroup Image Collector 2013. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the program.